So, you walk into a broadcast station, whether it's radio or TV, and everything's run by these incredible automation systems. But here's the thing. Even though they both have automation in the name, the software running a radio station versus a TV station, they're from two completely different planets. Let's dive into exactly why that is.
All right, before we really get into the weeds, just a quick heads up. This is part 2 of a 10-part series looking at how to evaluate broadcast automation solutions. It's all based on a fantastic, super comprehensive guide from Virtualization Options LLC. Now, they make a really important point. Every single organization is different, right? You're going to have your own unique needs. So think of this guide and what we're talking about here as covering the most common, most important things that pretty much everyone needs to consider.
You know, if you look at a picture of a broadcast control room, they all kind of look the same, don't they? A wall of screens, some crazy-looking console. But don't let that fool you. The job of managing just audio versus managing perfectly synchronized audio and video, well, that creates two totally different universes, each with its own set of rules and priorities.
Okay, so let's start in the world of radio. This is where sound is king. Everything, and I mean everything, is about the audio.
So, the best way to imagine a radio automation system? Think of it as the ultimate DJ. Its one and only job is to deliver a perfect, seamless audio experience. It is absolutely obsessed with sound quality, making sure the flow is buttery smooth. And maybe most importantly, it's built to be the best friend of the live, on-air talent who's really running the show.
And we're talking way more than just hitting a play button here. This system has to handle super high-resolution audio files to sound clean and crisp. It's also constantly working in the background, processing the sound to keep all the volume levels consistent, so you're not constantly fiddling with the volume knob in your car. And the way it transitions between songs, it uses these incredibly sophisticated algorithms for the perfect crossfade, so one track just melts right into the next.
On top of all that, radio automation is basically a genius music librarian. It's managing this huge database of songs and using something called a clock to schedule the whole format of the station. It's got rules built in, like, hey, don't play the same artist within the same hour. And it can even pull in data from music research services to help figure out what the next big hit is. Seriously, this is how a radio station creates and protects its unique sound.
And of course, we can't forget that radio is so often live. It's driven by personality. So the automation system has to be built for that. It lets DJs do something called voice tracking, where they can pre-record their talking segments to sound like they're live. There's also a live assist mode for when the host is physically running the board themselves. And of course, it has to hook into the phone systems for all those listener call-in contests and requests. It's all part of the package.
Okay, so radio is this incredible masterclass in managing audio. But what happens when you add video into the mix? What happens when you have to manage not just sound, but perfectly synchronized video, graphics, and data, all at the same time?
That brings us to television. And here, the automation system is so much more than a DJ. It's more like a conductor, leading this massive, incredibly complex orchestra, where every single instrument has to hit its note at the exact right moment.
And this brings us to the single most critical concept in TV automation: frame-accurate timing. Think about it. In television, every single element, the video, the audio, the graphics on screen, the captions, they all have to be perfectly synchronized, down to 1/30th or even 1/60th of a second. If you are off by a single frame, the viewer notices. The lips don't match the words, graphics pop in late, the whole illusion is just shattered. There is absolutely zero room for error.
And this slide really shows you the scale of that challenge. The automation is the conductor, right? But its orchestra is all technology. It is simultaneously giving commands to video servers, powerful graphics engines, huge master control switchers, routers that send signals everywhere, and captioning encoders. All of these separate, complicated boxes have to work together in perfect, flawless harmony.
Which means it's never, ever as simple as just playing a video file. TV automation is constantly juggling what we call secondary events. All the other stuff that needs to appear on screen, all timed perfectly to what you're watching.
And you see these all the time. That news ticker crawling along the bottom of the screen, that's a secondary event. The channel logo tucked into the corner, that's another one. A coming up next graphic that pops up, yep, secondary event. The automation system is firing off all of these things at the exact right frame, while also managing the main video, the audio mix, and the captions. It is a mind-boggling balancing act. So we've met our two main players: radio's master DJ and television's orchestra conductor. Okay, let's put them side by side and make these differences totally crystal clear.
This chart really spells it out, doesn't it? Look at timing precision. For radio, being off by a fraction of a second is fine, good enough. For TV, nope. It has to be frame accurate, non-negotiable. And then look at what they're controlling. Radio is focused on audio gear. TV is orchestrating this whole symphony of video servers, graphics engines, switchers, you name it. And check out redundancy. That's your backup plan. In TV, having fully automatic failover systems is just standard practice because going off the air, even for a second, is just not an option.
Okay, so why does this distinction matter so much? I mean, why can't you just grab a radio system and try to run a TV station with it?
And here's the bottom line. This isn't about which one is better. It's about being the right tool for the right job. They are highly specialized pieces of software. Trying to run a TV channel with a radio system would be an absolute unmitigated disaster, simply because it doesn't have that fundamental core requirement of frame-accurate control.
And the source material really sums it up perfectly. It says radio automation platforms are all about audio processing quality and live assist functions that support personality-driven programming formats. That's their entire universe.
And then, on the flip side, you have TV. Television automation systems have to coordinate video servers, graphics engines, router control, all while, and this is the key part, maintaining frame-accurate timing across all elements. It's built to solve that one incredibly difficult problem.
So this all leaves us with one big question for the future. We live in an age of media convergence, right? We have podcasts that are also videos, radio shows with visual elements, streaming everywhere. The lines are getting blurrier every day. So will these two very specialized worlds of automation ever actually merge into one unified platform? Or are their core jobs just too fundamentally different to ever be handled by a single system? That's a question the entire industry is trying to figure out right now.